Well, hello. Today I'm doing a review on the Autogen 4000A, which is this device right here. The model number is MJS111B. I purchased this because I had a Noco 150, GB150, and it was stolen, which I didn't have any problems with that device. I did have some things that I didn't like about it, but it always pulled me out of a pinch. With this device, I got it on Amazon for about $260 when I first bought it. Came in this case. The case has a place here to stick the device, and up top here the detachable clamp, which I love. I purchased this device for three reasons. It was cheap, it was compact, and it came with this. It's separate. With a Noco GB150, you hook this up, but it was permanently attached to the device, and sometimes it was awkward and hard to manage this while trying to clamp the stuff in place. Plus, I like the idea of being able to have this detached in case this got destroyed. You can easily replace this part to the device. It also came with a USB cable and an AC wall outlet plug to charge the device, which I like because the Noco GB150 doesn't have that feature where you can charge it in the house. You have to charge it in your car using a cigarette lighter, which I also found to be an issue, because then you had to leave the thing plugged in sometimes until it's charged, and you could take it off. And sometimes if it's being charged while somebody's sitting in the car, they may step on the device. You gotta awkwardly place it so it stay where it needs to be in order to charge, and it's a big hassle. But needless to say, this is a 4000 amp. The Noco GB150 was a 4000 amp, and I really needed to jumpstart a pickup truck that I had, a GMC 3500, that was kind of sitting out of the way on my yard, and I really didn't want to drive one of my cars up to it to jumpstart it. So I bought this device thinking, because it had the same amperage as the Noco GB150, it'll work fine. It was $100 cheaper, and it came with this part, which I love. Of course, they have a little button on the side, a little boost. You hit that button, so it'll give a boost to jumpstart your vehicles. But unfortunately, this thing did not work for me the first time. When I plugged it up, it didn't jumpstart the pickup truck. I ended up still having to drive my car. I had to wait till there was no rain for like a few days, so the ground would dry, and I drove one of my cars up onto the grass and jump-start it, which was disappointing. But I did use it to jump-start my Infiniti and an Infiniti G35. So I figured, okay, maybe it couldn't handle the pickup truck, even though it was supposed to be able to handle diesel engines up to 10 liters. Big, and I think 7 liters for the pickup trucks, or something along the lines of that. It was supposed to easily handle the vehicles I have, which is a pickup truck and the cars. Unfortunately, it didn't do that. Today I was using it. I went to jumpstart the Infiniti, but this time it would not jumpstart that Infiniti, and it was fully charged, and it still wouldn't jumpstart it. I had to hook up a battery, another car to that Infiniti to jumpstart it, and because the battery got drained, I drove for about maybe a mile and a half. I cut the engine off. The car wouldn't start again. I took this out. It was down to half battery power after trying to jumpstart it the first time, maybe 3 or 4 times. So it really drained the battery. It still didn't jumpstart the car, so I had to ask somebody to give me a jump, and which they did, and I got a jump, and the car I drove the car for like 5 to 10 miles, and it was fine. It was charging and everything was working fine. So needless to say, I have to give my props to Amazon, because I contacted Amazon today and say, you know, this thing is unreliable. Maybe it's defective, because I looked at some reviews on this thing online before I bought it, and people had some good reviews for it, but I can't give this a good review. There's some things I didn't like about this. The cable itself is really thin compared to the Noco GB150. So that there tells me it really doesn't put out much power, because if this is supposed to be able to handle 4,000 amps, the cable itself needs to be thicker. This cable seems like it's half that power. Running electrics and doing electrical work in my house, this is almost like 30 amps, the thickness of a 30 amp wire. 40 amp wire. 50 amp wire is way thicker than this, and this thing's supposed to handle 4,000 amps. So this, to me, I was kind of like unsure about this, but I still like the detachable feature. But Amazon, anyway, what they did, they gave me a full refund and told me to keep the device. I'm gonna try. I'll charge it back up and put it in one of my 4-cylinder vehicles. If that ever needs to be jump start, hopefully it's able to jump start it. If it doesn't, then I know for sure this device is defective. But judging from this cable, from the jump, I should have known that it couldn't really push 4,000 amps of power. Hope this video helped. Right now Amazon has a sale for the Noco GB150 for $235, which is a major steal, because they usually go for like $379, $360, you know, up there in the price range. This was like $250 when I first bought it. This, you know, so it was like $100 less. So that's why I went with it, and of course the detachable thing. But again, kind of flimsy. I won't, you know, I should have known from the jump that it wouldn't work because of this. If you have any questions, ask in the comment section down below. Subscribe, and you all have a good day.